Rusty, you had a piece, I guess, yesterday on which Georgia players from the 2023 class will show up on campus, and that's taking place this week. If you want to go through the whole list, I guess you can. But I want to hone in on who you think, and Ro, you can too, and I'll pick up the scraps here. Who do you think will make the biggest impact this season or in a Georgia career, if not this season, out of this crew coming up this week?
I'm going to go ahead and jump on I'm going to jump on Troy Bowles to begin with because I think he'll play special teams. Okay. I think he'll play a lot of special teams. Coach's son, he'll catch on quick. He'll cover kickoffs and punts. I think he's a guy that'll jump in right away and play special teams. I don't see anybody else in that group jumping in and playing a major role this year.
I think Chris Peel, a defensive back out of Charlotte, who just ran a 10-4 100 meters last week. And I know Jake just saw that home run by Matt Olson. So you look at Chris Peel. Hey, he just hit it into the waterfall. Never seen that in the break.
He hit one on top of the chop house last week, and I've never seen that before.
Oh, I mean, he's hit two tonight. That just, dude, he hit that thing. Watch the water splash up. Look at that. I've never seen that. So I say Chris Peel can play special teams. He's a 6-foot defensive back out of Charlotte, and he just won the state championship in North Carolina last weekend, and he ran a 10-4 100-meter laser. So the further away you get from the ball, and it is the quicker you can play earlier is what I've seen. You know, these guards don't play. A lot of these nose guards don't play, you know, but you get these guys that are athletes out on the edge and just let them run around and be who they are. I don't think Chris Peel is going to start, but I think Chris Peel can have the more impact of the guys who are going to be there this week. I think he can play a lot of special teams, and who knows where he is, come bye week heading into Florida.
I'll tell you what, Rusty, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. When you look at a kid that is not necessarily a high 4-star, he's kind of a middling 4-star and back, and you know that the coaching staff, it always interests me when you know the coaching staff work their tail off to get him, to flip him from another school to because you're looking at him and you're kind of like, throughout the whole process, you're like, he's not the most highly ranked dude out there. Why are they doing this? And then, they just grinded and then they get him in the fold. They wanted him bad. And I guess, that trait that you were talking about with that length, that 6 foot, that length, that 10, 400 meters, I mean, that's legit.
I'm going to go with Bo Hewley, mainly because he, out of this 2023 class, engages with our social media at DawgsHQ more than anybody. So I appreciate that. But he also, legend says, wore a size 16 shoe in middle school. So I don't know if that's an indicator of future success and glory at Georgia, but that's got me pretty excited. So we'll see what happens.
What an O-line name too, man. What an O-line
Big
name.
Bo.
Yeah, Big Bo. So Auburn tried to flip him really, really hard. And there was a lot of, scuttle. I wouldn't say scuttle. There was a lot of stuff coming out of Auburn at one point last year that they thought they were going to flip him. All their media thought they were going to flip him. And it's very rare that you call a prospect up and get a legit answer. And I just called Bo up and said, hey, look, man, seeing some stuff about Auburn. He goes, man, I'm not going to Auburn. And I said, like now? He goes, I'm not going to Auburn. I said, okay. And that was it. Like that, he put it to bed. Now he said, I'm going to take visits. I'm going everywhere. I mean, this dude went, I think he went to USC. I think he went to Oregon. I mean, he had fun with it. But as far as I know, and from what he told me, every single time I talked to him, he said, man, I am going to Georgia. And at the end of the day, that's where he's going. He'll be there this week.
Big Bo, baby.